What's up, everybody? This your boy, Big Boy Fashion TV, and tonight I'm gonna give you guys my WWE Raw review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell every time I go live or premiere a brand new video. Also, follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, my TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw. Now, Monday Night Raw was a 2 out of 10. The Finn Balor versus Damian Priest for United States Championship. That was a good match, and the segment between Edge and AJ Styles was really good. But everything else on the card was just there. But the show itself was just boring. All right, it says now. It says now. It says then, now, forever. The WWE video leads us into the show. The Raw video plays, and we enter the Nationwide Arena to see a protectionist display. The ring is covered in black carpet. Kevin Owens we kick things off with Kevin Owens. Music hits, and he comes out wearing a cowboy hat sideways. He's having another edition of the Kevin Owens show. Kevin Owens stands on the stage and introduces his best friend, who will be by his side next week when they win the Raw Tag Team titles and go on to WrestleMania 38. Seth freaking Rollins. Seth Rollins comes out wilding, dancing around. The commentators promote what will take place on tonight's show. It says Kevin Owens and Seth freaking Rollins are in the ring. Kevin Owens says a few weeks ago their WrestleMania dream didn't look good. The two biggest names would be left off WrestleMania. Seth Rollins says the WrestleMania God looked down on them and gave them another path WrestleMania. They're going to win the titles and go on to WrestleMania to make moments. Kevin Owens says some are saying that his disdain for Texas will distract him at WrestleMania, but he assures Seth Rollins will be the case. Kevin Owens says no stupid Texan includes JBL and Shawn Michaels, who are despite for his attention, will distract him. Kevin Owens then stumps his cowboy hat. Seth Rollins says they're not in Texas tonight. They are in Columbus, Ohio, and this time for their guest Raw Tag Team Champions Apple Academy. Raw Tag Team Champions Apple Academy comes down to the ring. Kevin Owens says they reinforce the chair for Otis. Chad Gable says this is their first time on the Kevin Owens show. So he says, a thank you. Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens point out that he says thank you wrong and asks him to say it again. Gable again says, thank you. Gable says they heard a few making assumptions about winning a match against them, but they're the Raw Tag Team Champions. They weasel their way into the match. Kevin Owens says the title are coming home when win them next week. Gable says they sound undecayed like the people of Columbus that go to the community college, Ohio State University. There's a loud, sustained roar of disapproval for Alpha Academy. Gable internally shout shush. Gable says the bottom line is Rollins and Kevin Owens only care about their spot on WrestleMania. They busted their butts for years and have never been on the show. This is their chance. Seth Rollins says when they beat them for the titles, they can face them at WrestleMania in a rematch. It's a win. It's a win. It's a win-win. Gable shuts Rollins and Kevin Owens. They take exceptions, and Gable continues to shush them. Kevin Owens draws Gable with a stunner. What is this segment? This segment didn't even really didn't do nothing for me. So since we're going to commercial break. non-title tag team match. Kevin Owens and Seth freaking Rollins versus Raw Tag Team Champions, Alpha Academy, Chad Gable and Otis. All right. It says right here. It says, rejoining this match in progress. Otis is taking it to Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens tries to fight back, but he can't take Otis off his feet. Otis avalanches Kevin Owens back and drops him with a back elbow. Otis connects with a scoop slam and pulls at Seth freaking Rollins. Otis hits the ropes for an elbow drop, but Kevin Owens moves. Kevin Owens goes for a senton splash, but comes up short. So he does it again, successfully. Kevin Owens steps on Otis and tags Seth Rollins in. Seth Rollins takes it to Otis until Gable grabs his ankle. Otis knocks Seth Rollins off the apron to the barricade. Gable laughs and shushes him. Otis clubs away at Rollins and gets him in the ring. Gable tags in and takes Rollins down for a 1 count. Gable attacks the left arm of Seth Rollins and hits a snap suplex for another 1 count. Otis tags in and takes Rollins down. Otis goes for a Vader bomb, but Seth Rollins moves. Kevin Owens tags in, knocks Otis to the corner, and hits a cannonball in the corner. Kevin Owens sends Gable out of the ring and hits Alpha Academy with a somersault senton off the apron. Kevin Owens goes back to the apron and hits Gable with frog splash on the floor. Kevin Owens gets to his feet and is promptly runs over by an avalanche from Otis. Alright, it says commercial break. We come back from break to see Otis applying a neck vice to Owens before whipping him hard into the turnbuckle. Gable tags back in and attacks the left leg of Kevin Owens. Gable hits Kevin Owens with a German suplex. Gable goes for a second, but Kevin Owens elbows him away and hits a step up insecurity. Seth Rollins tags in and hits Gable with a pair of clotheslines and a sling blade. Seth Rollins knocks Otis off the apron and hits a reverse STO into the corner on Gable. Seth Rollins hits a springboard knee to the face and drops Gable with a Falcon Arrow for a near fall. Rollins ties Gable up and goes for a rolling elbow. Kevin Owens blind tags in and super kicks Gable. Seth Rollins attacks Gable and Kevin Owens hits Gable with a fisherman's neckbreaker over his knee. Kevin Owens covers, but Otis quickly breaks it up. Otis then knocks Seth Rollins out of the ring. Otis tags in and avalanches Kevin Owens down. Otis hits a Vader bomb. Gable tags in and hits a top rope moonsault, but Seth Rollins breaks it up. Otis sends Seth Rollins to the corner and charges, but he hits the ring post shoulder first. When Seth Rollins moves, Seth Rollins super kicks him in the head before hitting a suicide dive. Kevin Owens rolls Gable up for a near fall. Gable quickly draws Kevin Owens with a nasty German suplex and pulls him to the corner. Gable goes to the top rope for a moonsault, but he lands on his feet. When Kevin Owens moves, Seth Rollins ties in. Kevin Owens sends Chad Gable into Seth Rollins for a buckle bomb. Kevin Owens follows up with a stunner, and Seth Rollins finishes him with a curb stomp for the win. The winner of the match, Kevin Owens and Seth freaking Rollins. This was a decent match. This was decent. It says a video package. Omas Pass of Destruction. Omas is backstage. Kevin Patrick tries to interview him, but Omas takes the microphone. He says he demands everyone and will dominate T-Bar. So we get commercial break. Omas versus T-Bar. This was a quick match. As T-Bar makes his entrance, Omas knocks him off the apron. Omas goes outside and picks T-Bar up before dumping him in the ring. Omas drags him to the center of the ring. The referee can't start the match until T-Bar is up. Omas picks T-Bar up and throws him to the corner. The referee checks on T-Bar and he wants to start the match. The bell rings and T-Bar sidesteps an avalanche from Omas. T-Bar hits the ropes, but he turns inside out with a clothesline. T-Bar lands on his head. During the flip, Omas hits a double hand choke bomb for the win. The winner of the match, Omas. I didn't really care about this match. Footage is shown of Bianca Belair and Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch going back and forth verbally last week. Bianca Belair will go on to beat Doudrop in an impressive match. Doudrop and Nikki ASH are backstage. They say they'll be victorious tonight. Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch says it doesn't matter who she teams with, but it's about it's just about victory. She had issue with Doudrop in the past, but they put those issues to the side to win. Commercial break. Rhea Ripley is backstage with Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan is impressed by Ripley's outfit. Morgan says tonight it won't be easy and asks for their strategy. Ripley says brutality. Morgan likes the way she thinks. Bianca Belair comes up and asks to be tagged in if Becky Lynch gets in the match. Bianca Belair says she has a kiss of death waiting for her. It's time to show up and show out so she can give Becky Lynch a preview of her beating her for the Raw Women's Champion. So we get a 6-woman tag team match. Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch, Doudrop and Nikki ASH versus Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, and Bianca Belair. Alright. It says it will be Becky Lynch starting against Bianca Belair in a WrestleMania preview. But Becky Lynch immediately tags out to Nikki ASH. Liv Morgan tags in as well. They lock up and trade race locks. Morgan hits a Hurricanrana, so Nikki ASH quickly tags Doudrop in. They lock up and Doudrop powers Morgan down. Morgan fights back with a step up insecurity. Bianca Belair tags in and goes for a suplex on Doudrop. Doudrop doesn't leave her feet. So Bianca Belair tags Ripley in. Belair and Ripley hit Doudrop with a double team suplex. Bianca Belair and Ripley send Nikki ASH and Becky Lynch out of the ring. Morgan then gets an assist from Rhea Ripley to hit all three women with a cross body block to the floor. We go to commercial break. We come back from the break to a WrestleMania preview. Becky Lynch goes after Bianca Belair's arm, but Bianca Belair gets out. Bianca Belair goes for a suplex, but Becky Lynch rolls through into a inside cradle for a near fall. Becky Lynch bounces her off the turnbuckle and kicks her in the face. Becky Lynch grabs her by the braid and pulls Bianca Belair's shoulders first into the ring post. Becky Lynch attacks her on the apron and ties the braid around the top rope. The referee backs Becky Lynch up and unwraps Bianca Belair's braid from the top rope. Becky Lynch goes to the second rope and hits a leg drop to the back of the neck for a near fall. Becky Lynch continues to attack before tagging Doudrop in. Doudrop takes it to Bianca Belair for tag Nikki ASH in. Nikki ASH attacks Bianca Belair before bringing Becky Lynch back in. Becky Lynch attacks Bianca Belair and stands on the braid. Becky Lynch sends Bianca Belair to the corner, but Bianca Belair boots her back. Alright, Rhea Ripley tags in and she grabs Becky Lynch for a pair of short arm clotheslines, followed by a short arm kick to the midsection. Rhea Ripley slams her on her face and knocks her back. Ripley knees Becky Lynch in the face a few times before they miss time and snapmare. Ripley hits a low drop kick followed by an electric chair drop on the Raw Women's Champion. Doudrop breaks it up with a big splash. Morgan knocks Doudrop out of the ring. So Nikki ASH runs in and knocks Liv Morgan away. Nikki ASH drags Becky Lynch to the corner and tags herself in. Bianca Belair tags in. Bianca Belair grabs Nikki and hits a chicken wing slam. Bianca Belair goes for a handspring splash. Becky Lynch drags her out of the ring. Becky Lynch takes Bianca Belair down. So Liv Morgan flattens her with a suicide dive. Doudrop knocks Morgan off the apron. Ripley sends Doudrop out of the ring. Nikki hits Ripley with a crossbody block. Bianca Belair gets in the ring and hits Nikki ASH with a spine buster. Becky Lynch breaks up the pin by pulling on Bianca Belair's braids. Bianca Belair sends her into the ropes and annihilates her with a whip by the braid. Bianca Belair whips Becky Lynch in the midsection over and over. The wells immediately build up and Becky Lynch runs off. Becky Lynch's midsection is cut open. Bianca Belair hits Nikki with a kiss of death for the win. The winner of the match, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, and Bianca Belair. Alright. So we get replay on showing of the match with Dolph Ziggler and Tommaso Ciampa on NXT 2.0. Robert Roode helped Ziggler defeat Ciampa. NXT champion Braun Breaker ran down to help after. The Dirty Dogs make their way to the ring. Commercial break. Robert Roode accompanied by Dolph Ziggler versus Tommaso Ciampa. Quick match, by the way. Tommaso Ciampa take it to Robert Roode at the sound of the bell. Roode quickly kicks him and sends him out of the ring in front of Ziggler. Ciampa pulls Roode out of the ring and clotheslines him down before getting in Ziggler's face. Ciampa shoves him before putting Roode in the ring. Ciampa elbows Roode before stomping the forehead for a 2 count. Ciampa chops the chest before hitting a glorious spine buster for a near fall. Roode chops the chest and sends him to the corner. Ciampa boots him back and hits a rolling elbow to the jaw. Ciampa connects with a reverse DDT for a near fall. Ciampa exposes his knee, but Robert Roode moves. Ciampa goes for a fairy tale ending, but Robert Roode counters with a sunset flip for a 2 count. Ciampa is sent into the ropes, but he knocks Ziggler off the apron. Roode goes for a glorious DDT, but Ciampa gets out and rolls him off for the win. The winner of the match, Tommaso Ciampa. Alright. Roode immediately attacks Ciampa from behind before hitting him up for Ziggler to super kick. Ziggler says Ciampa got lucky once, but tomorrow he and Braun Breaker will step into the ring with them. They'll learn that they're the dirtiest dogs in the game. Replays are showing the Reggie beating Dana Brooke to win the WWE 24/7 champion. Next week, Dana Brooke pinned him with a kiss to win the title back. Reggie and the WWE 24/7 champion Dana Brooke will battle Akira Tozawa and Tamina next. Commercial break, so we get a mixed tag team match. WWE 24/7 champion Dana Brooke and Reggie versus Tamina and Akira Tozawa. This match was awful. Tamina makes it to Dana Brooke early on. Reggie and Akira Tozawa come in and Reggie uses his athleticism to evade Tozawa. Tozawa grabs Brooke, but she quickly fights him off. Reggie hits him with a somersault senton for the win. The winner of the match, Dana Brooke and Reggie. This tag team match was god awful. I didn't really care. After the match, Dana Brooke kissed Reggie, not to be outdone. Tamina grabs Tezora's face and forces Bluey kiss him. Tazora swoons before chasing after her. The Street Profits are backstage. They're pumped up. They pumped up by Face and RK Bro and tell them to be ready. The Mysterios makes their entrance. Their face to Hurt Business next. Commercial break. Replays are showing of Logan Paul helping the Miz beat up Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio. The Miz and Logan Paul will battle Rey and Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania on Saturday, April 2nd. Rey Mysterio says Logan Paul and the Miz dropped him and his son last week. They accepted the challenge. They accepted the match at WrestleMania and will give it back to them. Dominic says they focus on winning tonight and not that. Hollywood Mega and his fanboy. The Miz come out. He says the Miz comes out and starts to run down his accolade in WWE in life. One of his proudest moments was Logan Paul helping him. It's to a listers coming together to dominate. Maybe they can even become tag team champions. Logan Paul is more man than any other person in this arena. Paul went the distance with one of the greatest fighters with Miz help. Trying to get my words right. Miz help. He'll become the most famous superstar in WWE aside from him. The only one that loves beating the Mysterios down more than Miz was Logan Paul. Miz even hears some cheers from them beating down the Mysterios. Miz is finally getting the respect he deserves. A "You Suck" chant picks up. The Miz puts a hand up and says when his hand goes up, their mouths go shut. They loudly boo him. Miz says they will end the Mysterio at WrestleMania. Now that was a good promo by Miz. I admit it. That was a good promo by Miz. The Hurt Business comes out. Commercial break. Tag team match. Rey and Dominic Mysterio versus the Hurt Business. Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. Alright. Quick tag team match, by the way. We joined this match in progress. The Hurt Business is taking it to Rey Mysterio. Rey eventually fights them off and goes to tag his son, but Alexander stops him. Mysterio takes him out with a head scissors into Benjamin. Dominic and Benjamin tag in. Dominic hits a top rope crossbody block followed by a running hurricanrana. Benjamin drops him on the apron, but Dominic snap him off the top rope. Dominic goes for a slingshot senton, but Benjamin moves. Dominic quickly comes back with a neckbreaker for a 2 count. Benjamin quickly takes Dominic down for a 2 count. Shelton Benjamin goes for something in the corner, but he slips. Dominic quickly comes back with a DDT for a near fall. Rey sends Cedric Alexander out of the ring and hits a hurricanrana on the floor. Dominic puts Benjamin in the ropes for a 619, but Benjamin moves. Dominic redirects for a suicide dive, but Benjamin catches him. Dominic slides off and sends Benjamin into the ring post. The referee checks on Benjamin, so the Miz runs in and interferes. Rey chases the Miz out of the arena. Benjamin rolls Dominic up with a handful of tights for the win. The winner of the match, the Hurt Business. RK Bro is backstage. Randy Orton is fired up about winning back the titles, the tag team championships next week. They battle the Street Profits next. Commercial break. Footage is showing of Sasha Banks and Naomi saying they're the next WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. The WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Queen Selena and Carmella are backstage. They accept the challenge. Carmella says when they win, she'll bring Corey Graves in the ring and put on a show. Okay, anyway, let's move on. Tag team match. RK Bro, Randy Orton, and Matt Riddle versus the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford. This was a quick tag team match. Angelo Dawkins starts against Riddle. Dawkins takes him down and tags Montez Ford in. Ford dropkicks Riddle. Dawkins flips Ford into Riddle, but Riddle counters into the triangle choke. Orton tags in and virtually stops away at Ford. Randy Orton helps Riddle do a floating bro, but Ford gets the knees up. Dawkins tags in and slams Riddle down. Dawkins punch away at Riddle in the corner. Riddle clotheslines Dawkins out of the ring and hits a springboard floating bro. Ford punches Orton off the apron before hitting Riddle with a moon somersault center off the apron. Commercial break. We come back from the break to see Riddle floor Dawkins with a vicious knee to the face. Randy Orton and Ford tag in. Orton hits a pair of clotheslines and a snap power slam. Ford it says Ford breathless in pain on the canvas. Orton hits Ford with a draping DDT. Dawkins gets in the ring and avoid Riddle. Riddle then takes him over to the top rope with a head scissors. Orton goes for an RKO on Ford, but Ford pushes him off and hits a wild drop kick. Ford goes to the top rope and hits a picture perfect frog splash. Orton goes to puts a foot on the bottom rope, but Dawkins pushed it off. The referee awkwardly counts the pin. This played like it was an accident. So the winners of the match, the Street Profits. Alright. Seth freaking Rollins and Kevin Owens. Seth freaking Rollins and Kevin Owens are backstage laughing. Kevin Owens says when they defend their tag titles at WrestleMania 38, the best part will be leaving that hellhole Dallas. Finn Balor makes his entrance. The WWE United States Champion match is next. Commercial break. Veer Mahal is coming to WWE Raw soon. They keep showing that Veer Mahal is coming to Raw over and over and over again. But imagine Veer Mahal comes to Raw and they just release him right away. Can you imagine that? But anyway, let's continue. Video, WWE Smackdown Recaps. WWE United States Champion Damian Priest makes his way to the ring. Commercial break. Mr. McMahon is backstage with Austin Theory. Austin Theory warns Mr. McMahon to be ready to be jumped just in case McMahon gets wild during the interviews. Austin Theory says he'll be there. Mr. McMahon says it's not that kind of show. Vince McMahon will be on the Pat McAfee show this Thursday. So we get the WWE United States Championship match. Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. This was a good match. This was a good title match. They lock up. Damian Priest powers him to the corner. Priest goes for a scoop slam, but Finn Balor slides off and applies a slide headlock. Priest quickly lifts Balor and backs him into the ropes before whipping him off with a shoulder tackle. Damian Priest chops the chest, sends him to the ropes, and hits a jumping back elbow before reverse a whip and twist at the arm. Damian Priest fights him off and takes him down for a 1 count. Damian Priest applies a chin lock, Balor powers up and drop kicks him before stomping away at him. Then Balor stomps Damian Priest out of the ring and hits a somersault 10 times. Commercial break. We come back from the break to see Damian Priest slams Finn Balor for a 2 count. Damian Priest kicks away at Finn Balor, but Finn Balor starts to chop and kicks him. Damian Priest quickly claps the ears and smacks him. Finn Balor rocks Damian Priest with the overhead kick. Finn Balor fights at Priest and takes him down for a double stomp. Finn Balor chops him in the corner and shoulders away at him. Damian Priest powers out and lifts him. Finn Balor slides off and hits a sling blade. Finn Balor sides Damian Priest up and connects with a Wwe drop kick. Finn Balor goes for a coup de grace, but Damian Priest moves. Damian Priest attacks and goes for a slam, but Finn Balor rolls him up for a near fall. Damian Priest responds with a pair of spin kicks. He connects with a southpaw habit for a near fall. Damian Priest gets his feet on. He says Damian Priest gets to his feet and goes for the reckoning, but Finn Balor counters into a falling elbow. Finn Balor immediately follows up with a Wwe drop kick and goes to the top rope for the coup de grace. It connects and Balor goes for the win. The winner of the match and your new United States Champion, Finn Balor. This was a good title match. It says Finn Balor celebrates with the WWE. It says Finn Balor celebrates with the WWE United States Championship. Damian Priest gets in the ring with a microphone. Damian Priest says these people carry Finn Balor to win his United States Championship. The crowd boos Damian Priest. Damian Priest asks Balor if he hears the motivation and respect. Damian Priest says he never got the throw out his regain and was successfully in spite of them. Damian Priest says he'll win that championship back. All the love and motivation won't mean a thing. Okay, let's move on. Replays are showing of Edge begging someone to step up to face him at WrestleMania. Edge makes his entrance to a big reception. We'll find out his WrestleMania 38 opponent next. Commercial break. Edge is in the ring and asks the crowd if they want to know who his WrestleMania 38 opponent is. They roar in approval. No one comes out. So Edge asks what has happened to this place. AJ Styles' music hits and he comes down to the ring to a big reception. AJ Styles says, "I accept." Edge is happy and says he wants the Bulldog and AJ Styles. Edge doesn't want the guy that wasn't playing tag team, with Omas. AJ Styles is not happy with those comments. Edge goes for a handshake and then attacks Styles. Edge punches him to the corner, but Styles comes back with a overhead kick. Styles goes for a phenomenal form, but Edge avoids it and low blows him. Styles is down in pain. Edge mounts him and elbows away at his head. The crowd is booing Edge. Edge looks chaotic and goes to leave the ring. Edge then goes to the timekeeper's area and grabs 2 chairs. He puts one under AJ Styles' head and they tease in a con chair to. It says they tease a con chair to. Edge thinks. Edge thinks Balor thinks better of it and puts the chair down. Edge looks totally conflicted. Edge then hits the con chair too. The crowd is booing and Styles isn't moving. Edge looks down at the broken AJ Styles, his WrestleMania 38 opponent. Edge then hits a second con chair to as the show ends. Okay, and that's and that was it for Monday Night Raw. Overall, Monday Night Raw was a boring show. I gave it a 2 out of 10, but two things that was good tonight. Finn Balor versus Damian Priest for the United States Championship match. That was good. And then we got the segment between Edge and AJ Styles. That segment was good as well. But everything else on the card which is there. But Monday Night Raw was a boring show. I give it a 2 out of 10. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed my WWE Raw review and highlights, please drop a like on this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. Tap the notification bell every time I prepare a brand new video, and I once I go live. So I will be going live on Tuesday tomorrow. And that's all I got to say from here. But follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, my TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. And this your boy B-Boy Fast Giant TV. This your boy B-Boy Fast Giant TV. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. And I'm out of here.